Joe Biden's first overseas trip as US president will be to the UK for the G7 summit in Cornwall in June. That'll be followed by a NATO summit in Brussels as he seeks to reassert America's global leadership amid rising tensions with China and Russia. In recent weeks, both have escalated military activity around Taiwan and Ukraine, respectively. Our World Affairs editor John Simpson has this assessment of the challenge facing the US president.
On Russia's border with Ukraine, confrontation suddenly turns into open warfare. But does Russia really intend to invade, given that Ukraine has the backing of America and Europe? 5,000 miles away, a Chinese Air Force video shows their jets racing across the sea near Taiwan, the island which broke away from Communist China in 1949. The question is, will China actually invade? What links Russia's moves on Ukraine and China's moves on Taiwan? It's this man. Joe Biden is hugely experienced in foreign affairs, but America isn't any longer the power it once was.
The Kremlin is very clearly trying to test the new US administration. The massive buildup in Ukraine's east, this is very much for the Biden administration. Putin made that very clear in his annual speech that he delivered to the Russian people earlier this week, where he said there would be severe consequences for any Western power that crosses so-called red lines.
There are worrying possibilities. The leading Russian dissident, Alexei Navalny, recently sentenced to 2.5 years jail, has announced he's stopping his hunger strike, but he's still very ill. Supposing he dies. The way Vladimir Putin's opponents have been murdered has been strongly attacked by President Biden, for instance last month on ABC News.
So you know Vladimir Putin, you think he's a killer?
I do.
Nowadays, Russia and China, though they do have their differences, are combining to show up America's weakness, with China's President Xi Jinping as senior partner. That's what the crises in Ukraine and Taiwan are all about. Rana Mitter is Professor of Chinese Politics at Oxford University.
I think a war between the United States and China in the region is extremely unlikely. Some people have started using the expression not Cold War, but hot peace to describe what's going on. And I think that's rather good, because I think that there will be lots of blow-ups in the region in terms of rhetoric and even confrontations that come near to becoming problematic.
Hot peace is a useful description. Sometimes, as we've just been seeing over climate change, it suits America, Russia and China to cooperate. But mostly, we can expect a lot more confrontation to come. John Simpson, BBC News.